particular piece, since you do have a foot in both worlds. Yeah.
In terms of teaching NVC?
Teaching, yeah, and in different culture, how it gets received or not, and then how do you move with that?
Yeah, well, it may not be just in Japan, but talking about connection in the workplace is too awkward. So we have to find some other way to make it happen in the business situation, because like, oh, the connection is so important in the workplace, it's not really well received. So one time we were teaching in a company, giving the training to all the factory workers, and they made a specific request not to use the word connection.
Oh.
Yeah, because it doesn't apply to their culture, or it sounds too spiritual.
And is it because it's rooted in a cultural preference for hierarchy? Is that part of it?
Well, I guess it's just the word connection is too vague. So maybe if we made it more like cooperation is important, then it may be suitable for the workplace. But people are not seeking connection in the company a lot of times. So
It's not something they would even think about.
What do you think?
Well, like the different phrase we may need to use, like teamwork or collaboration.
Yeah, teamwork, collaboration, yeah.
Because for connection, it's like too vague or
Yeah.
abstract.
Yeah, and some words just, instead of asking like, are you worried? It's like, are you concerned? It's easier to be, asked in a workplace.
Mhm.
They're not comfortable talking about their feelings and emotions, but concern is kind of nice word that
yes.
they care for some details, but
Mhm.
not to be scared or not to be worried. But concern is,
Mhm.
so some
Mhm.
think those little adjustment.
Yeah.
It might be same in the States.
I was just thinking the same as I'm
Yeah.
listening. Those are basically
Mhm.
the same distinctions I would use. Connection doesn't have such a connection to the spiritual, it's, associations, but so I don't hesitate, but I definitely would use the word collaboration, cooperation, mutual strategies, things like that,
Yeah.
that are more specific. But it's very similar, I think.
Yeah.
I've also heard that it's for the Japanese people, it's so hard to say no in the culture.
That's true.
Yeah.
And there have been some very unfortunate incidents being reported about the stress in the work, that there have been deaths, and is that true?
That's I think before that we already have that kind of culture already.
Yes, but
It's like,
not in the NVC way. We would never express no, but we say, yeah, maybe not this time, but maybe next year or something like that. So,
Somehow-
which means no in Japanese. Yeah,
So-
the answer is implied.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's not the honest way of giving,
Mhm.
a hint.
It's a hint rather than a clear answer.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
clear no.
So
Yeah.
as opposed that in BC that you would express your yes and behind no, so we wouldn't do that. So we sort of
Mhm.
don't you get it?
Yeah.
We use Chinese word for wa
Yeah.
means harmony. And harmony is so important for Japanese culture for a long time. Maybe like 2000,
Yeah.
maybe in German, Jomon, that's different, but Wajin, from Wajin period,
Yeah.
that's important. So like no conflict, like try to avoid conflicts.
Mm.
So not to say yes no directly, but just like, well, Yes, that's good. I mean that the body is already saying no,
Mm.
but saying yes.
Yeah.
That expectations that other people need to get it, need to catch it. Oh, that means no. Okay,
Yeah.
I won't say anything more.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we
You
have,
need to read the air.
yeah, we have a specific
You need to what?
expression. Read
Air.
the air,
You
read
need
the
to
atmosphere, like the
Clear,
air.
clear the
And then
air.
I
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We say we
So I guess in
reading
in,
air,
yeah, in English you
Reading
say
air.
like a,
Space. Yeah.
space
like,
or like
read
atmosphere or
between lines.
feel.
Read between the
Yeah,
lines.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in Japanese culture, there's an expectation that we know how to read between the lines,
Mm-hmm.
and so when something isn't said very clearly, that we make a good guess, and there's an
Yeah.
assumption that we know what that
Yeah,
means.
yeah, that's the quite survival skill that you
Yes.
attain as you were raised in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why. So we don't say no, but we imply, and if you don't get it, you would be in trouble.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is the
だいぶ変わってきたと思うけ
日
れども、
本語でなんかいいえっていうのも変だし。
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't have, we might have the word for I don't like it, but no by itself.
Okay.
It's very difficult
Really
word
good to know.
Yeah,
した
yeah.
くありませんっていうこ
Yeah, I
と
don't-
を
I
言
don't
うこと
want to-
自体になんか悪いとかきついとか
Yeah.
いうフィーリングが混ざるかなって思う人が多い気がする。
Yeah, so Kira was saying that even just expressing that I don't want to do it, it feels too much to express.
It's scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so rather like, oh, maybe I'm not feeling well, that sounds great, but I'm not feeling well, maybe I'll pass this time. That's the very mild way to say no.
I am so glad to be here. This is fascinating
Yes.
to me too.
And then just be aware that we are talking about kind of a generalization.
Yes.
Mhm.
Understood.
Depends on individual
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
He can say no.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
You do it very well.
Yeah.